Honorable Chancellor and Lieutenant Governor Delhi Shri Vinay Kumar Saxena ji, Honorable Chief Minister Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Honorable Education Minister Delhi Shri Ashish Sood ji, Vice Chancellor Professor Anand Srivastav ji, Secretary Training and Technical Education Shri Pandurang Pole ji, Registrar Shri Ashish Agrawal ji, Directors of the East and West campuses, Deans, Heads of departments, proud parents, and above all, the graduating class of 2025. My heartiest congratulations to each one of you. As I was preparing for today and asked Google Gemini how to give a good graduation speech, it said, be brief, be funny, and close before they start checking their YouTube. So I'll try my best to stick to that. It is very special for me to be here today. My own journey began at Delhi College of Engineering. The historians in the room will tell you that DC is not exactly DIT, NSUT's parent. It is more like an elder sibling, elder cousin. So if DCE is the older sibling and NSUT is the rock star next generation, think of me today as a slightly sentimental Tau. Back then, our campus was at Kashmiri Gate. That meant lassi, chole bhature, and a movie at the wrist. I still remember watching Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak, QSQT over there, a film you may not have even heard of. It had the song, Papa Kehte Hain Bada Naam Karega. And all of us young engineers sat there secretly hoping that it'll come true one day. We didn't know it then, but while we were humming that song, the country itself was getting ready for its own Bada Naam Karega moment. When I started working in 1991, India was changing in ways I didn't even understand at that time. Liberalization had just begun, but its impact was still to be felt in our everyday lives. India was still a country of scarcity. For example, buying a train ticket meant standing for hours in a line at New Delhi station with no guarantee of a confirmed berth. Today, in comparison, you check trains, book, cancel, and rebook from an app in minutes. The 1991 reforms unlocked our economy. From $320 billion then, today we are more than $4 trillion worth of economy. And you have just become the fourth largest economy in the world. In one generation, we have moved from managing scarcity to engineering abundance. Today, we are at the cusp of the AI era, a second and perhaps even greater wave of transformation where technology itself is the lever. If 1991 opened up our markets, AI will open a world of exponential possibilities. This is the India you are inheriting, the graduating class. You carry in your pocket more computing power than we had in our entire lab. You can ask a model like Gemini a question and get not only an answer, but ideas, code, designs, and simulation. You can learn any skill from anywhere. You can build an app in your hostel room and push it to the world in a night. In a world of almost unlimited choices, I believe you're limited most by your appetite and your imagination. Therefore, I'm not going to talk to you about how to find a good job. NSUT has already set you up for that. Instead, I want to focus on the question that propel you to create a career that respects your potential and the opportunity in front of you. Today, I want to talk to you about Your Himalaya and Your Gangotri. Your Himalaya is your ambition, the audacious problems you choose to solve. Your Gangotri is your guardrails, your values, which will guide the path. First, let's start with Himalaya. Despite all technological leaps, we are still solving the oldest problems known to humankind. We are still trying to solve for transport. How do we move fast enough in clean and efficient ways and keep everyone safe? We are still trying to secure a green environment so that everyone has good air and water. We are still trying to grow enough food using as few resources as possible. Our problems are timeless, but the India that solves has changed. You represent the passing out class, the youngest and the most dynamic population on the planet. You're not playing catch-up anymore. You're ready to lead and shape the world. Fresh minds and new technology, combined with this new national confidence, can help solve problems in ways which have never been possible until now. To find your Himalaya, you must challenge the status quo. At Google, we call this Moonshot Thinking. Not 10% improvement, but 10x improvement. Not how do I make this a little better, but what if you were to solve this so well that the problem disappears? It is rooted in the belief that human limitations are often just engineering problems waiting to be solved. Look at what India did. With UPI, for example, we built a system where a vegetable vendor has access to the same digital economy as a CEO. This is the audacity to reject status quo and design for population scale. We solved it through engineering. And let me tell you on my story. When I was at Star India, we looked at a cricket World Cup and asked ourselves a Himalaya question. Why should a sports fan need a living room and a TV to watch a match? Why can't the stadium fit in their pocket? On paper, it sounded crazy. The skeptics lined up and very quickly asked many questions. India's bandwidth is too slow. Data is too expensive. The screens are too small. People will never watch a whole match on a phone. If we had treated those as stop signs, Hotstar would have never been born. Instead, we treated them as engineering constraints. We built for low bandwidth and patchy networks, for people watching in a bus, in a shop, or sneaking a few hours at work. Our goal was not to put sports on another screen. It was to democratize it, to make every sport accessible to anyone with a basic smartphone. This is what we'll call moonshot thinking. In practice, the answer is not how do we make things TV ratings 10% better, but how do we get everyone in India to embrace and follow sports? So my first question to you is simple. What is your Himalaya? What is the mountain you will devote your best years to? Is it clean air, safer roads, healthcare at scale, climate-resilient agriculture, or something we haven't even named yet? You don't have to solve all the problems, but you have to think and choose. And that will be your Himalaya. If your Himalaya is your ambition, then your Gangotri is your value system, the guardrail that gives direction to this ambition. Unfettered ambition is raw power. This power needs to be channeled to become a force of good for progress. In our mythology, the Ganga descends after tapasya, and Lord Shiva absorbs the force of the fall before letting it flow gently. Raw power must be handled responsibly. At Google, when we build powerful tools, we obsessively ask, should we do this and how? We debate safety, fairness, accountability, and long-term impact. These are core engineering constraints. Think of AlphaFold that you might have heard of. For many years, predicting protein fold was one of the hardest problems in science. AlphaFold cracked it in 1 year through AI. We could have kept the advantage to ourselves as Google. Instead, we released this data not openly to scientists everywhere in the world, a profound choice for global cooperation and speed. The commitment to values guides every product and everything we do. It guides our commitment to inclusion and local context. With Project Amplify, for example, our teams work with local experts to capture real questions in local languages and dialect. We do this so that AI is not just powerful, but also safe, respectful, and culturally relevant. Think about it this way. A new mother in Delhi is not going to ask, optimize my postpartum nutrition plan. She will ask in her own language, delivery ke baad गोंद के लड्डू खा सकती हूँ क्या? If AI only understands Western diets, it will miss that completely. Choosing to listen to all voices in different languages and contexts, that too is a value-based choice. Your Gangotri will keep you on a course that does right not just for you, but for the millions of people who will be touched by your work. But a source must have a flow. The integrity of your Gangotri has to be matched by the vigor of your action. Your commitment to your Himalaya will quickly bring you up against obstacles, complexity, and setbacks. Look at the map of the Ganga. She doesn't run in a straight line from Gangotri to the sea. She twists and turns, slows down, speeds up, cuts through rocks, creates fertile plains, and carries silt and stories with her. Your career will be like that. If you look at my resume, it doesn't make much sense on paper. I did not start in tech. I started at Hindustan Lever, trying to understand how to sell toothpaste. You can imagine the conversation at home with my father. His question was, Beta, you went to one of the best engineering colleges in India to sell toothpaste? Then I moved to Airtel to help build mobile networks. And then to Star to reimagine television. Finally, I landed at Google. To an outsider, that may look like a lot of random turns. But looking back, I realized that was my Ganga. Selling toothpaste taught me empathy for the consumer. Airtel taught me the power of scale. Star taught me the magic of storytelling. I needed every one of those bends in the river to prepare for my role today. So do not fear the twists in your career. You will take jobs you love, and some you won't. You will ship products that work, and some that fail. You will glitch. And your own college festival tells you, you're welcome to have glitches. Each glitch is just a signal in the system that needs debugging. What matters is that you keep flowing, keep learning, and keep moving forward. So as you leave NSUT, I leave you with these two questions. What is your Himalaya? What is your Gangotri? Keep these tabs in your mind open always. Graduating class of NSUT 2025, the world of possibilities is in front of you. Be bold, be responsible, and build things that truly matter to humankind. Congratulations, thank you, Jai Hind.